everyone, I hope you're doing great, and I am so glad to be here today to do this video because I'm getting to share something that I've wanted to try out for a while, and it's called Blue Apron. I don't know if you've heard of it before, but I've seen a couple videos about it and I was like really intrigued, and they reached out to me, and then I was like, you know what, I really want to try this. And so what it is basically where Blue Apron will send you the fresh ingredients to prepare gourmet meals for your family, and they can send it on a weekly basis depending on the plan. They have two different plans. They basically have a 2-person plan, which is perfect for my husband and I because it's just the two of us, and then they have a 4-person plan for a larger family. And so basically they're sending you fresh ingredients. They're not sending you processed food or anything like that. They're sending you fresh ingredients already portioned out, so all you have to do is get in the kitchen and put it all together. They send beautiful recipe cards that I was just so impressed by, and I'll show those to you also. But what I just loved about it is that 1, it cuts out having to meal plan, 2, it cuts out having to go to the grocery store, and 3, you're giving great meals at an affordable price. Because I sat down and looked at it, and for my husband and I, for a 2-person plan, the meals are basically coming out to $9.99 per meal, which is dirt cheap for a quality kind of chef gourmet type of meal. And so I was anxious to get in the kitchen to see how easy it was to prepare these meals, because that's key for me. And so that's the journey that I'm taking you on today. So definitely join me on this journey. I hope you will enjoy. So let's get in the kitchen and start cooking. Okay, now that I showed you all of the wonderful ingredients that Blue Apron sent me, it's time to start preparing it. The first thing they said in the recipe was to clean all of my veggies. So I have my pea tips here along with the potatoes. Then I'm to dice the potatoes into 1/2-inch sections along with peeling the thyme leaves off of the stems, chopping up my onions, mincing my garlic, and cutting my carrots. So all of this was in the instructions. Now the next thing was to get my saucepan, and on medium-high heat I'm going to put some 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now the olive oil was not included, but that's something staple that I always have on hand, but I just wanted to let you know that. And then from that point you go into sauteing your onions, your garlic, and your thyme, and the aroma just starts to really come out at this time. It's just really yummy, the smell is. And so then you just want to get it into it, just saute it until all of the items are soft, and then from that point you want to put it on a plate, and you're going to let it cool while you move into the next steps of preparing your meal. So from that point, while that's cooling, I'm going to move over into my meat section, which of course everything I'm showing you was sent to me. It was nicely packaged, everything looked fresh, and it was great. So you're going to add into your meat, you're going to add in your breadcrumbs, the other half of that mixture that you sauteed, only half of it, and you're going to mix it all well together. Now all of this that I'm making now, you want to add salt and pepper, which wasn't included, but that's something that again you have staple on hand. You're going to then make these little golf ball size meatballs, and it makes about 12 to 14. And then from that point you want to put them back into your saucepan with a little more olive oil, and you want to kind of brown them for 2 to 3 minutes until they're brown on all sides. Then remove those, put them on a plate, let them cool while you're preparing the potatoes, the carrots. You want to add in your tomato paste, you want to add in your flour, and you're going to add in the other half of the onions and the garlic thyme mixture that you had sauteed. Then you're going to mix this until you see that your tomato paste is really red, and then you add in 2.5 cups of water at this point. And then you'll start to see your meal really start to come together, and it's really it's just starting to look really good at this point. And so then you're going to let that cook and stir for a couple minutes, and then from that point, you're going to let it cook really actually until all of them are soft, for about 15 minutes. I cooked mine for 20 minutes before then I add in my P-tips. Now the P-tips are only going to be in there for a couple minutes. You only want to get them to wilt. But then your meal is done, and this is how it turned out. It was really, truly delicious. My husband really loved this meal. It really was tasty. I put it against the menu card, and it didn't look too different than the menu card, so I was happy about that. This really was a simple process, and I love that about it, and it made the perfect portion size. This was everything right here, so it made it perfect for me and my husband. So what did you guys think? I thought the process worked great. I thought that the meals were easy to prepare. I loved that everything was fresh ingredients. I loved the way that it came packaged. Nothing looked wilted and icky. I mean, really, you can tell they take time to make sure that they're sending you quality food. And the process, that I love the recipe cards. I'm definitely holding on to those. So it just was a lot about it that I liked. The pricing is on point. I thought this was perfect for someone if you have a family member that's disabled, or you're their caretaker, or you have someone taking care of them. You can have these meals sent every week, and that way you know what they're eating. You don't have to grocery shop, you don't have to meal plan, and it kind of makes that process simple, especially if you live out of state and you're responsible for that person. You could have it sent there. You know, I just thought that that was neat. Or for someone who maybe, you know, does not cook and you want to try to break into cooking, this is great because they're sending you everything portioned out the way it needs to be portioned out. So I thought that that was also neat. So I will definitely put the link below if you're interested. Also, for the first 100 viewers, you get something special. You basically get the first 2 meals free off of your order. So I thought that that was totally awesome. So I hope you all will take advantage of that. I want to thank you for joining me today. I am going to definitely cook the other meals also. I want you to have a beautiful rest of your week. I'll see you at the next one, and this is Nikki saying goodbye.